Paradise World videos, Costa Blanca, playa, cura beach, Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, and I'm afraid we got the weekly roundup on the latest news, and it's bad news. But yeah, it's not COVID, and I know we got outbreak on COVID we're going to talk about, but this is not good news. Before I crack on with the news, big thank you to John from Kansas there in America. Yeah, super thanks. And of course the coffee that got bought the other day, and also the new channel members. Yeah, big thank you for all the supporters. But yeah, we got some bad news, I'm afraid, and it was brought up in January about this property tax, 100% property tax on people that are going to be buying in Spain from non-EU countries. And Sanchez was talking about it, and now the parties actually put the proposal through to Congress, and the draft's already there. So now there's going to be a vote whether it's going to go through. Of course, Sanchez party is like a kind of minority party, so whether it's going to get pushed through or not, we don't know. And when we're talking about 100% property tax, that's the transfer tax when you buy property. It can vary between 7-10%, even as low as 4% in all these communal areas in Spain. And this is going to be put through Parliament, Congress, and they're going to have a vote on it. But the posse party that's in now, the Posy party, pushing it through to Congress, is going to have a bit of trouble really, because if he gets his way, what they're saying is the 100% up to 100% property on transfer tax when you buy the property. And yeah, it's going to affect all places all over Spain. So yeah, it ain't just going to be certain segments of Spain, so they've got to push it through all parts of Spain. I reckon the Posy party will have a problem getting it through, because you've got strong opposition, the PP and the Vox, that actually really against these proposals. I mean, by any chance Sanchez does get his way and it does go through, I'll tell you what, it will definitely crash the housing market. And if you're thinking of buying in Spain, you better hurry up. It does get pushed through by some kind of miracle, and the transfer tax on property could go up to 100%, so they're talking about 20%, 30%, could be anything. But if you're buying property, you need to be quick, just in case it does sneak through. Another thing they're talking about as well, holiday lets. At the moment it's 10% VAT. They reckon they could be pushing it up to 21%. And there are like places that do include extra services, like bed and breakfasts and laundry services, all kind of that. So they're proposing to push that up as well. They're already kicking off about the Airbnb, removing all the 65,000 illegal lets from the platform. Well, they're feeding the cats here, and the pigeons. And you've got the morning exercise club that comes here every week. So yeah, lots of things are changing this week in the news. And of course the other bit of news is COVID. Is COVID coming back? This new variant, yep, it's a new variant 1.81, and detected in the US and in all travellers. And of course they're saying there's a big surge in China again, or where it happened before. I reckon these cases that are coming through from China, parts of Asia, have now been detected in the United States, and confirmed cases in international travellers between the late April and all the way up to May. There's these new COVID variants have been found in these airports in California, Washington State, Virginia, New York City. Oh my God, and I reckon some of it's actually been found into some parts of Europe. And they say Spain, but yeah, I've not heard anyone, like I say, here in Spain. I know people do wear the mask for protection, but no, I haven't heard of anyone coughing and sneezing just yet. But they're saying a lot of infected travellers arrived from a wide range of countries: China, Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, France, mentioned Spain again, Netherlands, and it all happened April all the way up to now. Now they're all doing this separate airport screenings again. Oh my God, don't tell me we're going to be back on COVID days. I can't see it happening myself. I don't think we'll put up with all that again. So yeah, quite a lot talking about this COVID and the outbreak and everything. So I don't know if you've heard about it or had anyone coughing and sneezing, but it don't sound good. Do mention though the jabs that we had has done a bit of protection against it, so they say. So make sure you get your jabs updated, eh? And on a lighter note, they do say it's not as severe as the original COVID that we all suffered all them years ago. Got so much news to report on. You can go on a 4-year trial here, drinking wine every day, and test out the little survey whether it's good for you. So we're going to crack on with that in a minute. But first of all, if you're going to be flying next year, could be some good news, because a lot of these low-cost airlines are thinking of doing tickets for £1, but you're going to have to stand up on the flight. Oh, it sounds absolutely bonkers, doesn't it? Standing seats. But if you don't like paying sky-high prices, it might be ideal for you. £1, stand up on these seats. They're saying, yep, 2026, an handful of European low-cost airlines plan to swap out some economy seats for a Skyrider. Half-standing seats you saddle across like a perch that promises a rock-bottom ticket prices. I know, it's bonkers, isn't it? Absolutely bonkers. What happened to all this health and safety on the planes? And they're saying Skyrider 2.0 standing seats explain the future of low-cost airline travel in a balancing on a kind of paddle bicycle saddle. Well, this is what it's going to be like, but they say you're going to be strapped in. And it was some Italian that come up with this idea back in 2018. And I bet he didn't think he'd get through, but yeah, low-cost seats for £1 next year. Will you be standing up and paying £1? Probably have to pay 50 quid for your luggage though. Of course, they're saying it's all to get more people on the flight, more money, save money, keep the price down. Be right weird, isn't it, eh? Standing on the seat when you're coming to take off or when you're landing. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it'd be like a thrill ride at a fairground. So they're saying not just it's going to be cheap for everybody and good for the airline making more money. They reckon we'll be in and out the plane a lot quicker. You won't have to stand in the aisles for ages. Yeah, let us know who you would going to go on one of these planes when they come, because they reckon quite good exercise as well, especially when you take off. They reckon a core of weight on your legs and your muscles. It'd be like doing a workout at a gym, they reckon. These kind of standing seats with this perch, they reckon it's going to be literally half the size of your normal seat which you would normally have on a plane. For some reason it's going to produce half of the weight it would normally do by kind of standing up. You'd be belting in as normal. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a fair ride. That is what's coming in next year. So get and book your seats. They're a euro or £1, whatever, where you're coming from. So yeah, sounds like a right old bargain, doesn't it, eh? Yep, another thing in Spain, of course, they're always cutting down their working days, and yeah, it's set to come in. Less working days in Spain. Time to chill on the beach and enjoy the weather and sit at one of these bars and enjoy the old Spanish alfresco dining. The 300 days of sunshine. Yep, it's coming in. The old shortage of days here. So originally we were looking at 40 hours a week. It's now going to be 37.5 hours. They reckon it's going to make the work a lot better, working hours. That's what they're saying. The less hours, the more energy you're going to be putting in. They're saying good for employees as well, because they're going to gain an extra 12 days off because of the shortage of days or hours, whatever way you want to look at it. That's what's going to be coming in, the new labour rules. And by the law here, the Spanish workers are currently entitled to a minimum of 30 calendar days of annual leave, which works out to 22 working days a year. But that cannot be swapped for any financial compensation or anything like that. That's what they say in the contract. And everything in the contract is agreed with the employee and the employer. Oh yeah, working hours are getting less and less. And by the way, as you can see, we've got a beautiful beach here, and just down the road in Elche, unbelievable, a couple of days ago we had a shark wash up on the beach. Yep, a shark. And I did do a video about sharks right out here on the Costa Blanca, and of course people out on a boat seeing a lot of dolphins just here in Torrevieja, not far out. So yeah, we're getting sharks on the beach. Everything's going on, isn't it, eh? The other week in Benidorm we're getting bodies. The other bit of news we've got, bad news, of course, everyone likes to see all these historical buildings and get nice views over the top. Even me, when I'm out and about, But this poor woman in Mallorca, she was at the top of a viewpoint, and unfortunately she toppled over, and yeah, she lost her life. 39-year-old British woman as well. And yeah, in the Balearic Islands, it was 60 feet up, taking a nice look at this beauty spot in Palma de Mallorca, and unfortunately she fell down from the viewpoint, and that was on Monday last week. The Mirador de Jonquet, a well-known tourist attraction, offering good panoramic views of the sea. Yeah, all sorts going on. Before we get on to the wine trial here, they're doing about drinking a glass a day. We're going to talk about a person that's been arrested in Murcia, and he's been nicking or stealing or robbing, or whatever way you want to look at it, religious statues from all the cemeteries all around Orihuela, and he had a good old statue, yeah, 100 grand's worth, and they reckon these little statues here in these cemeteries go back 150 years. Yeah, nicking all kind of things nowadays, isn't they? Desperate people. Police cracked down on the operation known as Cemeterium, and it began in March when a lot of the families were going to the graves and noticing all the you know, the old artifacts, little statues and that going missing. These are statues which were very religious figures, crafted in Olot in Girona, and have known of value in recent years, and now considered a collector's item. And yeah, but they recovered a lot of the stuff back. Is a photo of it all, which he managed to steal. 150 years old this goes back. And they're saying the investigators believe that the suspect is responsible for 15 separate burglaries, working with art collectors and monitoring specialised markets. Officers were able to identify 52 of the stolen figures. So far, 16 of them have been returned to their rightful owners, while 36 are still being sorted for the identification of these things belong to. And another one, yeah, the Spanish government want to start banning burqas and niqabs in public spaces now. So yeah, that's a new thing that's going on here in Spain.
Hi everybody, my name's Susan and I work for Currencies Direct. Currencies Direct is predominantly a foreign exchange company, and we have been in existence for the last 30 years, 22 locations around Spain, and we offer our services completely free of charge. Offer a multiple number of services, so if you're transferring small amounts, pension payments, small income that you receive in the UK that you'd like to send over, then you can use our app or our website or one of our team members here in our offices over in Spain. For large transactions, for property purchase, property sale, maybe inheritances, purchasing a car, etc., you will have your own personal designated dealer that will look after you every step of the way. Your money is protected at all times, irrespective of the amount that's being held in your account. So there are no upper limits like there are with UK or Spanish bank accounts. You can have 8,000, 80,000 or 8 million, and those funds are perfectly safe and secure for the entirety of the time that they're held in your account with ourselves. Now, as well as this, we also offer a debit card. This is a multi-currency debit card, so anywhere that exists and uses a MasterCard, then you can use your card with ourselves. This is a multitude of currencies, so if you're going to America, if you're going to Europe, if you're going to Australia, then you can use your card around the world, and again, this is completely fee-free. So there are no overseas transaction charges, there are no additional debit charges whatsoever, and you can even use it to take money from the hole in the wall if you wish to do so. The card that you receive, as you can see, it's MasterCard, and it just looks like any other debit card that you would get from your bank. There are 3 ways that you may receive your money. So the buyer will hand a banker's draft over at the notary on completion, and you need to deposit that banker's draft into an account. If you go to your Spanish bank, they are going to charge you. But here at Currencies Direct, this little gadget, that means that we can deposit your draft directly into your Currencies Direct account.
So the Catalan pro-independent party, the ones that have sparked fresh controversy with the proposal of these banning of burqas and niqabs all over public spaces in Barcelona and of course right across the Catalonia region. And their big argument is they're saying these full body, full face coverings are often worn by all the Muslim women to promote the gender discrimination, but they're saying it is raising security concerns. They're saying unlike the hijab and the chador, which leave the face visible, the burqas and the niqab cover everything, even their hands, eyes. Some cases insist it's not about religion, but about assuring their equality to safety. Taking steps to ban all this kind of Islamic vows and everything in schools and all over the place. And they're saying taking things a lot further, they want to ban the use of any Islamic vow by minors, not only in schools, but also all types in activities, whatever idea they come to, according to the party sources, about protecting girls and young women and the discrimination, and allowing them to make their own choice about wearing a veil once they reach a little bit older in their adulthood. Not just that, the Catalonia also wants to adopt the restrictive of regarding Islamic headscarves, and they say that could be the next bit they're going to start looking to ban in 2027. And they're saying Kosovo already banning anyway all this Muslim stuff in the schools and the vows. Watch this space on this one. Got another strange case as well. Malaga airport last week. Everyone couldn't believe it. The walls were full of bugs. Got so bad, and everyone was like, well, they reckon it was itching and everything, and they say it looked like bed bugs all on this wall there, as you can see in the picture. And yeah, it got so bad they've actually called in the specialists, and now they've got this vape machine that burns off these bugs, and which actually cleared a lot of it up, but I don't know where it's come from, what's caused it. But yeah, big plague just turned up in Malaga airport. The owner's authority of ANA airport says it's not true, they're not bed bugs, they're just kind of pests. And they've entered this travel hub here in the airport, but they've gone on with an extensive cleaning, and like I say, they've got this very high powered vape that comes out, and it's sort of swept them all away and died, and they've cleaned them all up. Don't want that, do you, while you're waiting for your flight, getting attacked by a load of bugs. The next one we got is wine. If you like a wine and you want to take part in a trial, well, we've got a trial going on here. Yeah, looking for 10,000 volunteers. So I think you better hurry up and sign up. Because as they say, the old Spanish doing this study, because everyone reckons if you drink a wine a day, it's supposed to be really good. So they're doing this 4-year clinical trial, and to look at the long-term effects of this alcohol, if it does really affect your health. It's actually a university in Nevada that's taken out this study. And yeah, they reckon it's some kind of dream study, especially if you like wine and you want to participate. They're saying it's a 4-year clinical trial, and they're going to look at all the effects of moderate alcohol consumption on the health. And yeah, that's right, they want to know if a glass of wine or a beer or spirits is really good for the heart, and if it's healthy, or is it just like one of these, you know, myths that, you know, you go, oh, it's a bit comforting, you know, have a wine, make you feel good. So we don't know if it's just a spill, but they're doing a test to find out if it's true. The government's given 2.4 million for this study. I wonder if it's going to be a good quality wine, or it's going to be one of these cheap Euro bottles. But even though they want 10,000 volunteers, at the moment they've got 4,000 people that have signed up. So yeah, there's still space if you want to get on that trial. But of course, not anyone can join. You need to meet the main criteria that they're looking for this study. In a man, they're looking between the age of 50 to 70, and in a woman between 55 and 75. And the only catch is, of course, you've got to live in Spain, so you can't just come in from another country or have an holiday home. You must live here to take part in a trial. They're saying you've already got to be a kind of drinker anyway, so you've got to meet the other bit of criteria they're looking for as well. So you need to be a person that has at least 3 alcoholic drinks a week, whether it's beer, wine, spirits. Otherwise, they say you're not good enough for the trial there, so you need to be a drinker to start with. And if you've got medical conditions, straight away you're going to be ruled out from the trial. They're just looking for expert drinkers that drink regular. I think it counts for 99% of people here in Spain. So if you want to get into that trial, get on it. Sign up and start drinking wine for 4 years. But once you have ticked all the boxes, you then got to do a 40-minute survey from right to the beginning to the end. You're going to have to do online check-ins every 3 months, a regular update on your weight and how your health feels, you know, whether it's started to affect you or not. They're saying you're going to have medical tests as well on your heart to check everything's all good with the health indicators. You're not suffering from drinking all this alcohol. I think most people drink about 10 bottles of wine a week, let alone a few glasses a week. That's what they're saying. It's all about getting the real scientific data to find out if it's really true. What they say, the old myth, a glass of wine is good for you every day. Normally a wine drinker, you might as well sign up. You don't have to pay, do you? Get a free glass every day for 4 years. Before we get on to the next story, by the way, if you are buying a property in Spain or going through the progress of getting your money transferred over and you need banker's draft, anything like that, like I mentioned, Money Direct do it all free, don't charge for transfers. You can change the currency online as much as you want, whether you're just coming in for holiday, you need a bit of currency. I've got the link below. You can click on that and get a free quote. You can check out how much money you're going to get. No commission, no charge. It's the lowest going. They've got shops everywhere, but you can do it all online. And also, if you need help, if you're buying property as well, or you want an NIE and you come into Spain, you just message me in the links below and we can get that arranged for you. We can get your solicitors, we can get your visas, we can get your NIE, we can do all that for you. And the next story is, believe it or not, a couple of Brits again letting us down, didn't they, on a cruise ship, trying to do a runner, dodged the bill. Got caught fleeing a cruise ship there in Ibiza. Yeah, doing a legger, in other words, didn't want to pay for it, thought the bill was too much, I don't know whether they planned to do a run in the beginning, but £2,600 this is, bill, and the Brits fled the cruise, just trying to dodge the bill, but unfortunately for them, they actually got caught at the airport, Ibiza airport, trying to leave the country. So it was a couple, a 23-year-old man and a woman, 18. Thought they'd get away with it, jump on a plane and get back home, but unfortunately for them, as you know, in Spain you can't leave in and out the borders because they'll have all the information all on their system if you're wanted for any crime or anything, and they obviously knew they were going to be leaving very soon if they fled the boat, so they were waiting and they got caught, and they left in quite a big hurry apparently with their luggage, and they actually scarpered. And around about 3 o'clock it was on Monday the 21st of May, and I reckon there were quite a few bills in different rooms. One of the rooms was 3,196, which of course equivalent to what I said in £2,685. The crew members were straight on it though. They actually called the police straight away, and yeah, and the rest is history for this couple. Another thing else that's happening as well in these airports, and probably happening in some of the UK airports, but in Malaga they've got a massive problem. They've got about 50 people actually sleeping in the airports at night, which with all their trolleys and their baggage, so, yeah, ain't good, is it, eh? There's you all happy and jolly, all sun cream on and everything, all ready for your holidays with your suitcase. Got the poor homeless people in shelter living in airports. That is the Spanish news this week. I can say it's bad news if they do get this 100% transfer tax through. And it was mentioned in January, and now the draft is going to Congress. So we'll see what happens with that. Let me know what you think about that. And if you're going to be going for one of these Sky Eye seats, standing seats next year on these low-cost airlines. And COVID as well, of course. If you're taking part in the wine, let us know in the comments. Let's start commenting on this stuff, and also a big thank you for everybody that's subscribed to the channel, and don't forget to watch the video up there of La Marina. Absolutely amazing prices there.